Super7 has announced perhaps their most impressive Godzilla Ultimates wave yet, in the form of Godzilla and Destoroyah. Scheduled for a fall 2023 release date, Godzilla can be purchased for $85 individually, and Destoroyah can be purchased for $110 individually, or you can get both in a set for $195. First, taking a look at Destoroyah. This figure looks nothing short of amazing. I know a lot of people were wondering if Super7 would make this figure in the Ultimates line, and it looks like our question has been answered. This figure looks amazing. Measuring up about 9.6 inches tall, 14.1 inches long, and 13.8 inches wide, this is a sizable figure. And in terms of accessories, we have an alternative open mouth head, which seems to be the trend among the majority of the Ultimates figures, 2 alternate hands, and 3 little baby Destoroyahs as well. Correct me if I'm wrong, is there a technical name for those little forms? Comment down below. So overall, I do like the accessories. Of course, the alternate head is kind of a given with most of these Ultimates figures. I do like the fact, though, that you do have a different portrait for the figure, so definitely the roaring face looks great on this, as does the regular one as well, but it's great to have that variety. The hands are just hands, and the little baby forms, I think, are the really nice little standout accessory pieces that can make for nice little dioramas or toy photography for sure. At this point, I don't even know why I talk about including beam accessories, because it just seems that Super7 is dead set on not doing that for any sort of figures. But in this particular case for this Destoroyah, I'm willing to overlook it just because this figure is so impressive as is. I mean, look at these official product images here. These promo images look so good. This figure looks stunning. I know I keep kind of repeating myself here, but it's kind of just a wow factor. I'm just seeing these pictures for the first time not too long ago since I started recording this, and I'm really happy that they are doing something really nice here. The whole Heisei era of figures have been great. Here we have some pictures of Destoroyah in its box. The box does look pretty cool. Some cool detailing throughout it. I believe the back side of it here has Destoroyah's body, its details painted on the back of it. And of course, we have the logo. Overall, I do think Super7 has really done the character justice. I think this is a great opportunity for fans of Destoroyah and that specific movie to get their hands on a really beautiful, sizable piece. And now we switch gears to perhaps the most unique yet disgusting Godzilla toy I think I've ever seen in my time of collecting, and I mean that with the utmost compliment. This is the figure that I'm really hyped about in this particular set. This is, of course, the 1200 degrees Celsius Burning Godzilla, where Burning Godzilla reaches full meltdown and literally starts to melt away. Where do I start with this figure? Wow. First of all, I guess this is a great time to announce it in October because this is a very spooky Godzilla for sure. We have a half skull head and then a full alternate skull head. In terms of accessories, it's just the alternate skull head, and I'm fine with that. I don't know what you'd really add in addition to this figure. Maybe something else to go alongside with the Destoroyah and more of a diorama set. Just accessories like little buildings, but I'm not going to complain about that because this figure is, I think, the one that really speaks to me the most out of all of the Ultimates figures that they've done so far. It might sound kind of crazy, but I just kind of have a penchant for horror and horror typed things, and I think this figure really taps into that. The detail on this figure is nothing short of amazing, and it's sort of very layered because we have our outer skin of Godzilla itself, and then those sections where there's bone just coming through. The left arm is entirely skeletal, and it just is disgusting. And we can see here in this profile image here, kind of like the skin sort of looks like it's melting away and coming off in like chunks. And it's just so horrifying and unique to see in a Godzilla figure. I like this a lot. And looking at this front-facing image, it really just looks like a zombie. This is just straight up zombie Godzilla. I know people say that Shin Godzilla is perhaps the creepiest Godzilla, maybe even GMK, but honestly, those two can move aside because this guy takes the cake. This is the strangest, most grotesque looking Godzilla, without a doubt. So much like their original Burning Godzilla, this guy's going to be 8 inches tall and 14 inches long, so a decent size in scale with the Destoroyah. I do think that this figure sort of makes the original Burning Godzilla they made a little bit redundant. I thought that figure, while I do like it, I do think it's a bit underwhelming. But this is the one I think that really takes the cake, and it kind of makes sense that they put this in the set with Destoroyah. But retrospectively, I do kind of wish they did a different Godzilla to go alongside their Super Mecha Godzilla, just because now we're going to have 2 Burning Godzillas. I don't know. This is definitely the more unique one. And then, of course, here's the figure in its box. Looks cool. Not much else to say. So yeah, that's our new wave of Ultimates from Super7. I'm really impressed. I think that this is easily the best set that they've done. These are the most impressive 2 figures that they've done out of the entire lineup so far that they've done. Originally in the first wave, I was really impressed by their Rose form Biollante, but I do think that this unique version of Godzilla takes the cake and really steals the show among every other figure, even among the Destoroyah personally for myself. But Destoroyah definitely is the most spectacular in the sense that it is the biggest one in terms of width and height, and just it's so imposing and well done. I think Super 7 really knocked these two particular versions of these characters out of the park. And if you think you're interested in getting them, I say go for it, because these are going to be, I think, the two rare figures that years from now people are going to wish they had their hands on back then. Personally, myself, I don't think I'll be getting the Destoroyah. As much as I love it, I'm limited on space, and it's going to be pretty sizable. But the Godzilla for me is a given. This is the one I'm legit hyped for. I've loved all the Ultimates they've done for the most part, but this is the one I think that's just a cut above the rest for me personally. But I'm curious to know what your guys' thoughts are on these particular figures. Will you be getting one, both? What do you think about them having two Burning Godzillas now among all their Ultimates? To me, I think it's a bit redundant, but regardless, I still think that Burning Godzilla, the first one they did, is still nice, but this one is just something else. I love it. I do expect Super 7 to make some more announcements, because New York City Comic Con will be starting tomorrow at the time of this recording. So I do believe they have the Super Cyborg Mechagodzilla planned for release, and I think there's something big coming as well. I don't know if they're going to announce it this time, but keep your eye out. I'll be doing some more content. If you're new to the channel and you like this video, please leave a like, consider subscribing, check out my other Godzilla figure content on the channel as well, and follow me on Instagram at Total Approximation, where I post Godzilla toy photography each week. Thank you for watching, and have a good one.